JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, man killed in Westmoreland home invasion. One man was killed last night when a group of men invaded his home and fired multiple shots, hitting him. He was rushed to the Savlamar Hospital where he was pronounced dead. He has been identified as 37-year-old Don Williams. According to reports, Williams was at his girlfriend's house in the community of Prospect about 2 a.m. when the incident occurred. She was not harmed during this attack. No arrests have been made and investigation continues. In June, the Westmoreland police reported that there has been a reduction in major crimes in the parish for the period January to June in comparison to the same period in 2019. Suspects have been arrested and charged in relation to 60% of murders in the parish since the start of the year. Man mistakenly detained by cops in St. Elizabeth robbery demands apology. One of two men mistakenly detained by police during the response to a robbery in Junction, St. Elizabeth on Wednesday is demanding an apology from the police. The man said that he is also contemplating legal action, as his image is being circulated on social media as being linked to the robbery. Thieves held up staff and stole an undetermined sum of cash from the Ready Cash outlet in Junction. The police said they were initially told there was a hostage situation there, which was later determined to be a robbery. The thieves escaped. However, during the ensuing confusion, two men were detained but were later released. One of the men, a health worker, says he was carrying out surveillance activities with a female colleague in a business place below the Ready Cash outlet when the incident occurred. He says the police did not give him an opportunity to prove his identity. The man says his detention has left him feeling embarrassed as he's been branded a criminal on social media. Gun and ammo seized on Darling Street. Police officers on Thursday seized one firearm and several rounds of ammunition on Darling Street, Kingston. According to the lawmen, a building was searched about 8:20 p.m. and one blue and a silver Ruger 9mm pistol with one magazine containing 16 9mm cartridges was found. The police said no one was arrested in connection with the seizure. Man fatally stabbed, teen injured at bar party in St. Anne. Two men have been held and another has been sought by the police following the stabbing death of Nicholas Spencer, otherwise called Nick, and the wounding of a teenager in Inverness, Alexandria and St. Anne yesterday. Reports are that about 9:55 p.m., patrons were at a party being held at a bar in the area when a fight ensued. The police said on their arrival at the scene, Spencer and the teenager were seen with stab wounds, Spencer with injuries to his head in particular. The two were taken to hospital where Spencer was pronounced dead and the teen admitted. The identities of the suspects are being withheld pending further investigations, the police said. The police are urging citizens to adhere to the curfew orders that have been implemented and are appealing to individuals with information to contact the Alexandria Police Station at 876-975-1016, Police 119 emergency number or the nearest police station. JLP to file for magisterial recount after PMP declared winner in Westmoreland Eastern. Attorney at law O'Neill Brown, who represents the Jamaica Labour Party JLP candidate Daniel Lawrence, says they will be filing for a magisterial recount as soon as possible. This after the returning officer for Westmoreland Eastern cast a deciding vote for Luther Buchanan of the People's National Party PMP after the official count ended in a tie on Saturday. In deciding who would be the next member of parliament, the names of both candidates were placed in an empty ballot box. The returning officer then pulled a name from the box. Buchanan's name was chosen. The count now stands at 4,835 votes for Buchanan and 4,834 for Lawrence. Man shot by cop during family dispute. Police officers have arrested and charged a man who reportedly assaulted his mother and sister during a dispute in Grandspan, Kingston 19. The accused, 30-year-old Tawana Coombs of Stony Hill, Kingston, was also shot during the incident, which occurred about 8:40 a.m. on Friday. Reports from the Constant Spring Police are that Coombs was visiting his mother and sister when an argument developed between them and he began hurling stones at them. It is further reported that a police officer who was on location warned Coombs to desist, but he allegedly refused and charged at his sister with a knife. This was when the police officer fired at Coombs, causing an injury to his leg. Other police officers were summoned, and on their arrival, Coombs was seen clutching the knife. He was transported to a hospital where he was admitted and later charged with assault at common law. The police said the matter was also reported to the Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM. 2 more COVID-19 deaths, 60 new cases. Jamaica recorded 2 additional COVID-19 deaths in the last 24 hours, as well as 60 new cases. The 2 latest COVID-19 related deaths are of an 80-year-old woman with a history of uncontrolled hypertension and a 42-year-old man who was hypertensive, diabetic, and obese. Both deceased were from Kingston and St. Andrew and died while receiving treatment in hospital. They bring to 32 the number of COVID-19 related deaths. The 60 new positives bring to 3,024 the total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases for the island. Of the 60 new cases, 30 are females and 30 are males, with ages ranging from 4 years to 78 years. They have addresses in Kingston and St. Andrew, 34, Clarendon, 6, St. Catherine and Manchester, 7 each, Portland, 2, and St. Anne, St. Elizabeth, Trelawney, and St. Thomas, 1 each. 2 of the new cases were local transmissions, not epidemiologically linked, while the other 58 are under investigation. Meanwhile, Jamaica's recovery numbers are now up to 950, with the discharge of 28 more patients from care. There are currently 1,965 active cases being monitored, including 12 who are moderately ill and 7 who are critically ill. 22-year-old man goes missing outside friend's house. 22-year-old Ricardo Williams of Corota Hill, Clarendon, has been reported missing since Saturday, August 29. He's of dark complexion, slim build, and about 5 feet 9 inches tall. Reports from the Maple Police are that about 10 p.m. Williams was at a friend's home when he heard noises outside. He was sent to make checks and has not been seen since. The police said when last seen he was wearing a multicolored underpants. A search of the area by police and citizens has not revealed his whereabouts. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Ricardo Williams is being asked to contact the Maple Police Station at 876-986-2208, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Majority favored Bunting to succeed Phillips. Peter Bunting was by far the person preferred by the majority of respondents in the most recent Bill Johnson poll to take leadership of the opposition People's National Party PNP after Dr. Peter Phillips steps down. At least that was before the September 3 general election, which saw Bunting losing his Manchester Central constituency as the PNP suffered a crushing 1449 seat defeat to the governing Jamaica Labour Party JLP. Johnson and his research team had gone into the field August 21 to 23, 2020 to do a series of political polls commissioned by the Jamaica Observer ahead of the elections. At that time, Bunting was seen by many as the man who would succeed Dr. Phillips, who had previously stated that he would step down if he led the PNP to defeat in the election. Additionally, the fact that Bunting had challenged Phillips for the PNP presidency and lost by a mere 76 votes last September left many comrades with the thought that the now former Manchester Central Member of Parliament would become the party's 6th president since its founding in 1938. In the survey, which had a sampling error of 3%, the pollsters asked 1,000 voting-age Jamaicans who they felt should be the person to replace Phillips if he decided to resign for any reason. Bunting was chosen by 36% of respondents and 50% of those who would identify themselves as PNP supporters. Lisa Hanna, who eked out a 14-vote victory for her St. Anne Southeastern seat on Thursday, was the next choice among 17% of respondents and 21% of those who said they were supporters of the opposition party. The only other comrade who came out with double-digit support was Damon Crawford, 12% of all respondents and 11% among PNP diehards. Only 3 of those who have been seriously suggested as possible replacements for Peter Phillips resonate at this time with residents or PNP supporters: Peter Bunting, Lisa Hanna, and Damon Crawford, Johnson said in his analysis of the poll findings. Of these, Only Lisa Hanna is a member of parliament, subject to a recount and could be opposition leader, Johnson added. All of this could result in a battle to end all battles for leadership, which would have consequences for the party for a generation, the poster stated. On Friday, with Bunting now effectively out of contention for the post, word in PNP circles was that Mark Golding, who retained the St. Andrew Southern seat, was being looked at as the man for the presidency should the party's National Executive Council and its executive accept Phillips' resignation, which he tendered a day after the election defeat. Golding has, in the past few years, been favored by some people as a possible PNP president. However, PNP Insider says he has been reluctant to offer himself and became even more resolute when his longtime friend Bunting made the leadership challenge. Before his entry into representational politics, Golding and Bunting were also business partners in the financial investment firm Deering Bunting and Golding. In the last PNP government, he served as Minister of Justice, and after the party lost the 2016 general election, he was made the opposition spokesman on finance. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.